Let's jump straight into this one, shall we? This is the YouTube update.
We're testing a new studio integration with Google's AI tool Gemini with the goal of helping creators brainstorm video ideas, video titles, and thumbnail ideas. When you're drafting outlines, look for a Brainstorm with Gemini button to get started.
This all sounds pretty cool, right? And I did try it for myself, but as you can see, it has some way to go before we can use it. But there was an important word used in this update, Gemini. And it's got me pondering about the future of YouTube.
What data was used to train Sora?
We used publicly available data and licensed data.
So, videos on YouTube?
Now I think I can judge from her body language what she actually meant. Yes. Allegedly. This all relates back to OpenAI's unveiling of Sora. It's the next generational leap in generative AI video that's about to put stock footage companies out of business and all of us creators out of a job. And as you saw, when quizzed, ironically, OpenAI weren't very open about how they trained Sora, even though this looks suspiciously like PewDiePie. And this is not the first time OpenAI have been quizzed over the methods by which they train their AI models. The New York Times, for example, seem to think that OpenAI have stolen millions of their articles. And they're not the only ones. Salesforce, Nvidia, and Apple have all been quizzed about their use of the Pile dataset, which is a collection of subtitles from hundreds of thousands of YouTube videos. And rather intriguingly, this site has indexed all of those videos. I'll link the site in the video description if you want to try it yourself, but when we tried it, we discovered, to our surprise, that 8 videos from the vidIQ channel were included in that dataset. And that is funny, because I can't remember ever agreeing to scripts from my videos being included in that dataset. Which brings us back to this question.
What data was used to train Sora?
We used publicly available data and licensed data.
Now yes, technically speaking, YouTube videos are publicly available, but that doesn't mean they should be accessed, downloaded and scraped by billion-dollar companies as per YouTube's terms of service. Unless of course YouTube give them permission, which they shouldn't, because as creators, we own the copyright on our own content. At this point, I am completely out of my depth when it comes to what's legally right and wrong. But morally, this all does sound a little sketchy, doesn't it? The Pile dataset I showed you earlier on is now 4 years old, so who knows what's been scraped by whom since then. The TLDR seems to be, in this current race for AI supremacy, nobody's data, and in this case, your creativity is sacred or protected. It is the Wild West right now. There don't seem to be any rules, laws or precedents in place to check and punish those who are doing this. And fair play to this creator who's embarked on a class action lawsuit against OpenAI on behalf of all YouTube creators. However, it is going to take a lot more than this and many, many years of legal and government interference before anything significant happens. So what about the custodians of our content? YouTube. Shouldn't they be doing more to protect our work? Which brings us back to this update.
We're testing a new studio integration with Google's AI tool Gemini.
Gemini is a whole lot more than this simple little tool that you see in the YouTube studio. It's Google's answer to OpenAI, ChatGPT and Sora. So what's to say that Google isn't doing the same as every other AI company? They're just scraping their own data, our videos that we gave to Google to train their own AI models. This is what Neil Mohan, the YouTube CEO, said in a recent interview on the question.
Is Google using YouTube to train Gemini?
Some portion of that YouTube corpus might be, or maybe being used for those models, but it's going to be in concert with whatever the terms of service or the contract that creator has signed before uploading their content to YouTube.
This sounds like a general yes to me. The concern here is that Gemini is going to create a buffer between the user and the original content. Already, web searches are being summarized by Gemini. That means that users don't even have to visit the website where the content was originally sourced, killing sales and ad revenue. Now obviously summarizing is a little harder to do with YouTube videos, and Google still wants users to visit the YouTube platform because Google controls and receives all of the ad revenue. But what if, in some slightly distant future, say 5 to 10 years, Google could take our YouTube videos and then repurpose them as their own content taking 100% of the ad revenue. Unlikely and dystopian, I will admit, but there is a change coming and we don't know what it is. So should and could YouTube be doing something right now to reassure us as creators that we're not all going to be replaced? Well, that brings us to this tweet. Prominent tech YouTuber Marques Brownlee has been taking a keen interest in the leaked Slack messages from NVIDIA, suggesting that they're scraping 80 years worth of video content every single day. So Marques suggested this solution.
I would like there to be someday a checkbox in YouTube settings that says, allow my videos to be scraped for AI and compensate me for it.
I mean, it's not the worst idea in the world, and more importantly, would you click it? Let us know in the comments below. You know what? This is a tricky topic to cover because we don't want to bite the hand that feeds us. Over the last near 20 years, YouTube has democratized creativity and the distribution of it. We now live in a world where anybody with a phone and access to the internet can broadcast content for free to a global audience of billions. Lives can be changed, careers can be forged. But could anyone be replaced by anything, including AI that was trained by all of us? 3 words come to mind: transparency, accountability, and control. When it comes to how generative AI is shaping YouTube, I think that's what all of us as creators would like a bit more of. And right now, we don't seem to have any of it.